WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cash Matlock. A Columbus police officer suffers minor injuries during a shoplifting arrest this afternoon. The incident happened at Walmart on Highway 45. Specific injuries and the identity of the officer will not be released per Columbus Police Chief Fred Shelton. The injuries are non-life-threatening and the officer is being medically treated and is expected to be released later tonight. And the officer did not return to work. The suspect that caused the injuries was taken into custody and charged with possession of marijuana, shoplifting, and resisting arrest. Shelton says the injuries were caused when the suspect tried to get away from the officer during that arrest. The Mississippi Department of Health reports 990 new cases of COVID-19 with 4 new deaths. There are 31 new cases among long-term care facilities. 647 people are currently hospitalized with coronavirus within the state. The total number of cases for Mississippi since March 11th is now more than 30,000, with more than 1,100 total deaths. And more than 19,000 people are presumed to have recovered from the virus. And the coronavirus hotline is still the best way to get your questions about COVID-19 answered. You can call 877-978-6453 any day of the week from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The coronavirus has most Americans celebrating the 4th of July without the parades, festivities, and fireworks the holiday usually brings. CBS News correspondent Michael George reports from New York.
The National September 11th Memorial reopened to the public Saturday, more than 3 months after the New York City Memorial was shut down because of the coronavirus. The solemn occasion comes as many Americans mark the nation's 244th birthday with low-key events.
I love the 4th of July, love to celebrate, love the sunshine.
Kim Stone took her boat out on the water in Jupiter, Florida, and says she and others are playing it safe.
Everybody's distancing. Our boats are spread apart.
On Saturday, Florida reported more than 11,000 new cases, another single-day high. Miami-Dade County beaches are closed for the holiday weekend, and a daily curfew is in effect until further notice. Beaches are also closed in Los Angeles County, which has the most coronavirus cases in the nation. A fireworks display is planned for the National Mall in Washington, D.C.
If anybody sees that it's crowded and decides, you know what, maybe not so safe, I may not want to go, that's perfectly fine for them.
We don't want to have a big celebration that's fun on the 4th of July, but then later to find out that it's caused a second surge here in D.C.
President Trump's salute to America on the White House South Lawn will feature a military flyover. And the usual crowd of spectators was not on hand at this year's Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Instead, the event was held at a private location on Brooklyn's Coney Island. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Officials are providing some 300,000 masks for the celebrations at the National Mall in Washington, D.C.
Well, some rain showers and storms tried to put a damper on the 4th of July today. Most of us did stay dry, and the rain is finally starting to get on out of here. Some heavier rain down in Winston County earlier. Actually, a flash flood warning. You saw it there right at the beginning for some localized street flooding. That has been allowed to expire as of 10 o'clock. The heaviest shower right now coming through eastern Calhoun County. A couple of strikes of lightning near the community of Lloyd and Reed on the east side of the county. Otherwise, though, just some lighter showers. Those will all continue to diminish here over the next couple of hours. If you're dry right now, you're going to be dry for the rest of the night, but we are going to have to talk about the chance for some more pop-up showers and storms, possibly as early as tomorrow afternoon, and then better rain chances by the beginning and middle portion of the week. Your full first alert forecast is just minutes away. Cash.
Peaceful protests and marches happening all over the country to fight against police brutality. And today, a peaceful protest was held in Gordo to remember the life of Wallace Wilder, who was shot and killed last August. Our Savannah Gato was at the protest today and joins us live in the studio with more on the story. Savannah.
Family and friends gathered together today to remember the life of Wallace Wilder and demand for answers on the day he was killed. Wilder may be gone, but he is certainly not forgotten.
Today we're just trying to spread awareness. We had a protest for Wallace Wilder. We're here in Gordo. A lot of people do not know about this event that took place, so we're just trying to get the word out and get people to be involved so we can have, this family can have some justice because they deserve it.
Back Back in August of 2019, Wallace Wilder was shot and killed in an officer-involved shooting at his apartment complex. The shooting occurred after officers went to do a mental evaluation check on Wilder.
In August, it will be a year since Mr. Wilder passed away, and their family has not gained any justice at all. So, and they definitely need it.
Today means a lot to me because this is actually the city that I grew up in, and this is the city that, unfortunately, this incident happened in. And it's needed. You know, it's time out, you know, for people being quiet, and it's time for us to come together and to collectively be a voice for this injustice.
Rodney Hardy still remembers the times he got to spend with Wilder.
Growing up, he did come to the church sometimes, and he would be in a local barbershop, and I had opportunity, you know, to interact with him on that level.
It has been almost a year since his passing, and family and friends want everyone to know how special Wilder was.
He was a person. He was loved. He had family that loved him. He wasn't just a crazy man that lived next door. He was a human being. Today we mourn his death. We miss his presence. He have children. He have grandkids. He have sisters and brothers, nieces and nephews that miss him, that still to this day love him. He's not just another hashtag, not just another name. This was my uncle that I know loved me dearly, and I love him. And that's why I'm going to continue to fight this fight. I know it's an uphill battle, but I'm going to stay in it.
The Attorney General's office says it's waiting on complete file from the State Bureau of Investigation before it decides if the findings go to a grand jury.
All right, thanks, Savannah. Residents of Columbus also came together to march through the streets of downtown as a sign of unity. The march started at Columbus Light and Water. They stopped by the courthouse, where more people were calling for the Confederate monument to be taken down. The march ended at Sims Scott Park. During the march, the message was very clear.
We're just out here to bring awareness to the injustice that goes around in these cities and towns. And our main focus is to let people know that we're out here and that we care. So we're just out to make sure that we can get out here and bring awareness to this and for us to come together. No matter what your background is, it's just the main goal that's coming together. And that's what we're here for today.
Today's march started at 10 and wrapped up around 11. More people celebrating the 4th of July at home means more business for local fireworks stands. More on this story coming up after the break. Stay with us.
WCBI News at 10 p.m. with Cash Matlock.
Welcome back, everyone. Many people who normally head out to the neighborhood fireworks shows won't be doing so this year. WCBI's Chad Groening reports that more individuals will be lighting up their own fireworks in 2020. Take a look.
It is officially the 4th of July, but many people are still flocking to fireworks stands, and this year sales have been brisk.
We have seen a lot more customers, and they're buying more, it seems like. Since a lot of the areas aren't getting to have their normal fireworks, or like the Ballard Park, you know, they have to stay in their car and everything. A lot of families are just getting together and putting on a big fireworks show at home.
And Buchanan says some people have no other choice but to watch fireworks at home.
I had one customer come in the other night that said that his niece and her children were under quarantine because one of them has the virus, and so they all kind of live in a neighborhood around a lake. So he and his brother are going to put on a fireworks show for them, since, you know, obviously they can't come out. So they're going to put one on so that they won't miss out on all of the fun and festivities. He said try to cheer them up a little bit.
And these fireworks stands have what amounts to a city-friendly table, which contains fireworks that are not really allowed and don't shoot high in the air.
We have what's called the sparklers, fountains. They shoot out sparks, and they really don't have a lot of loud noise to them. Some of them are silver sparks, and some of them are color balls and color sparks. They shoot out just a pretty little fountain.
2020 has been anything but a normal year. The coronavirus pandemic and political unrest in many parts of the country. But these fireworks vendors will tell you that here in Northeast Mississippi, folks are excited and proud of this 4th of July tradition.
We've had a lot of customers in here. They're all very patriotic and they're all friendly and happy, and there's been no trouble or anything. And I think for the whole, we're real patriotic.
Chad Groening, WCBI News, Tupelo.
Fireworks vendors expect they'll remain busy until after midnight.
Luckily, the rain stayed away from Tupelo just in time for the fireworks displayed there earlier. You see there some of those beautiful colors in the sky over Fair Park. We're going to send you to break on this. I'll be back with your full First Alert forecast in just a bit. Stay with us.
WCBI First Alert Accuweather forecast with meteorologist Trevor Birch.
Thank you so much for checking in with us on this Saturday evening. Hopefully you've all had a safe and happy 4th of July holiday. Unfortunately for some folks, the rain got in the way of some of those outdoor plans. Take a look at the time lapse today from Louisville. They had several rounds of showers and storms. And right at the end there, just as the sun set around 8 o'clock, you can actually see one more round of darkening skies with those storm clouds soaring across the horizon. Out there right now, most folks have dried out. We're still seeing some rain out west in portions of the area. 72 in West Point, or 76 in West Point, I should say, 72 for our friends over in Starkville. We're 73 right now in Oxford and Winona, and a muggy 77 degrees here at the Columbus Air Force Base. Let me take you out to radar. I'll show you what's going on. We had some heavier pockets of rain down in Winston County earlier. That has since started to fade out. We've still got some light showers down there, but nothing like what we saw earlier today. I'll take you in a little closer to that, show you what's going on now. One more little shower, basically right on top of Louisville, then you're done for the night. Same story west of Eupora in Webster County along Highway 82. Just some light to moderate rainfall. No lightning associated with this, and that's a sign that it is weakening and will continue to do so. One heavy storm we're still keeping an eye on in eastern Calhoun County. This is going to be kind of meandering up there. So heads up, Bruce, Calhoun City, Vardaman. You might get in on some heavy rain, thunder, and lightning here in the next couple of minutes. Generally, the Golden Triangle and West Alabama all dry at this hour, and that will continue overnight tonight. Aside from the few showers that we have, most of us will stay dry. 73 for the low, staying mild and muggy with just a few high-passing clouds out there. Tomorrow, really rinse and repeat what we saw today for tomorrow. We'll wake up to a partly cloudy sky, 82, quickly warming up into the low 90s, and we'll introduce another chance for some pop-up showers and storms. Anytime after lunchtime through about 8 or 9 o'clock, the chance will be there for a pop-up storm. So just keep that umbrella on standby. As I mentioned, overnight tonight, clouds continue to filter on through here, waking up to a partly cloudy sky, though. But the clouds filter in once again, just like they did today. By lunchtime, I think we'll be under kind of a broken sky, a mix of some sunshine and clouds. After lunch, as I mentioned, pop-up storms certainly possible. You see a few trying to pop up there. Not everybody going to see rain tomorrow, but I like to say keep the umbrella handy, and then you can't get mad at me if it happens to rain over your location, because anybody could see a quick downpour through the day tomorrow. I'll say until about 9 or 10 o'clock we'll keep the chance in there for some shower and storm chances. And really, the rain chances only go up from here. Take a look at this. We'll call it a 40% chance for tomorrow, up to a 60% chance for Monday. Our best rain chance for the week looks to be on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to keep that at a 70% chance for rain. After that, toward the end of the week, I think we start to dry out into next weekend. Again, not everybody's going to see rain every day this week, but we're in that summertime pattern where some of those pop-up showers and storms could produce some brief downpours, some flash flooding, maybe even some gusty winds and some small hail. Otherwise, though, no severe weather is expected in the coming week. Speaking of the coming week, here's your Accuweather 7-day forecast. Pop-up showers and storms tomorrow, much like we saw today. Better chances for some widespread showers and storms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Temperatures staying fairly warm, close to 90 degrees, hot and humid. Rain chances slowly diminish through the end of the week, but pop-up storms remain possible into the weekend. Overnight lows staying close to the 70s. Sports is next. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Here's WCBI Sports with Chris Bolton.
The high school football tour checks in with the Manatee Mustangs. Now under new leadership and head coach Ken Adams, the Mustangs are ready to turn things around in 2020. Manatee is stop number 13 on the high school football tour.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
A new era begins in 2020 for Manatee football. After spending 3 seasons at Hatley, head coach Ken Adams takes over the Mustangs. Although leaving the Tigers was hard, Adams couldn't pass up the opportunity to return home.
Hatley's a great place. I mean, I love the kids and the administration, the community, the people. I mean, and I said it was a great 3 years that I spent. But you know, when you have an opportunity to serve the county that you grew up in, you know, that was the deciding factor.
This season, the Mustangs are using the power of positive thinking along with grit and dedication in practice to prepare for the upcoming season.
Growing up in Itawamba County, Manatee was always just tough kids, gritty kids, and that's what you wanted to be a part of, and that's where you want your culture to be.
This year is the turnaround point. This new offense and the new system we're running, I don't think that we can lose. He's bringing in a good culture. He's trying to make everybody in the community believe in us and make us believe in ourselves.
Adams' staff would be nothing without defensive coordinator Scott Booth. Booth joins the Mustangs and Adams from Hatley with a coaching relationship dating back years.
The thing I like about Manatee so far is the work ethic these boys have. They seem like they're hungry, wanting to move in a positive direction. We're still at a point where we're trying to learn everybody's name and get to know everybody, but from what I've seen so far, these boys want to work hard, and I'm sure we can improve as long as we get that type of effort.
We gel on what our program's about, and I know exactly what he thinks, and he knows what I think, and it, you know, it's, you know, besides the fact that he's a great coach, he's a friend, and you know, when what we do, in what we do. You want people around you, good people around you.
With hard work, Manatee looks to build a successful program ready to compete in 2A for the 2020 season and for many years to come.
Understand that when you walk in, there's something to do. There's a purpose to what we do. And if I had to change anything, it was honestly is give them that purpose. You know, whatever it is. When they come out to the practice field, you know, I don't want them to come out and just sit and wait on me to come tell them. I want them to understand that they're okay now. Once our feet touch the grass, there's something to do.
The Mustangs kick off the 2020 season against Oak Hill Academy on August 21st. Reporting in Manatee on the high school football tour, Courtney Robb, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with Manatee High School is brought to you by F&M Bank.
Now the high school football tour continues. With tomorrow we'll check out Bruce. Then on Monday, Calhoun City, Winona, Water Valley, Nettleton, East Union, Boonville, Hatley, and Aliceville the following Monday. Now, TCPS football is taking a break from morning practice this Tuesday to help give back to the community. The Eagles will be hosting a food drive Tuesday, July 7th, handing out 300 boxes of food in the TCPS parking lot. Now, the only thing they ask is that you bring a proof of address when you show up. The drive starts at 10 in the morning. However, if you would like to assist in the drive, they ask for you to please be there at 8 a.m. That's all we have for sports. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. There's been a lot of talk about Mississippi receiving $1.25 billion in federal CARES Act money. Now, part of that money will be directed to schools across the state. Courtney Ann Jackson has the latest.
School districts will have some flexibility in terms of how they'll reopen in the fall, but most don't have flexible budgets to make big changes to how students learn. That's where the legislature is stepping in.
To make sure that they're able to teach children and under this whole new concept of distance learning.
The largest bucket of money is going to be used to establish a grant program for putting technology in students' hands.
We felt like that we needed to help local school districts with purchasing one-to-one devices, and that's we want to have every student to have some type of a laptop or a tablet device.
It includes $130 million for all districts. It's going to be distributed by average daily membership. Every district will get the same amount per pupil with that portion of the money, and then there's a $20 million portion of that will be distributed by MDE based on need.
There are also a couple of bills that address internet issues. COVID-19 magnified some of those.
For a lot of districts, it was lights out, go home, and we'll print your packets, and we'll do that. And that's all that's all they could do. And it's not it's not anybody's fault. It's just how can you prepare for something like this? that we haven't seen in our lifetimes.
Senate Bill 3046 puts $75 million into a long-term broadband plan for underserved areas, while House Bill 1788 puts $50 million into short-term internet access solutions.
They may have to come in closer to maybe a volunteer fire department or maybe even a school bus that has a hotspot, a mobile hotspot attached to it. But we needed to give the MDE and the school district some flexibility with the $50 million to be able to plug in holes where necessary.
Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Trevor's going to have a final look at weather.
Pop-up showers and storms once again possible through the day on Sunday. Better rain chances creep back in here Monday through Wednesday, and then we're back to more chances for pop-up storms by the end of the week. Temperatures staying hot and humid, highs near 90, overnight lows in the low 70s.
And from everyone here at WCBI, have a safe and happy 4th.